Chapter 15. Getting the Gossip. My day had been packed. Right after the nursing home shift, I wrote out some chores for Kat to do as a start to the punishment for having trespassed at the crime scene of Carl's death. Mostly it was painting, weeding, and general cleanup of the yard, something neither of us particularly enjoyed. I would have to figure out what to add to the list later. Perhaps Greta had unpaid chores she would be willing to have Kat do. Kat and I had an early dinner, since we both had to work tonight. I was waiting tables at the Fire Grill restaurant, and Kat would be working the front counter at the delightful Dumpling. Her hours would be shorter than mine, which was perfect on a school night. Besides the paper route, it was Kat's first real job, and she had been holding it down for the last 4 months. I was proud of her. It gave her the option of spending money and savings. I, however, would probably not be home until 10 at night. It depended on the number of customers. Hours later, and with sore feet, I leaned against the bar during a lull in customers, sipping from a glass of water. I was tired of hearing about Sue and Carl. It seemed to be the subject of the night, with everyone gossiping what they speculated about the murder. Was Sue guilty? Who was Carl? What about other suspects? The rumors flew. "Crazy night," commented Dean, the bartender. He was drying glasses and setting them away. "I think it was busier than normal," I replied. "Everyone seemed to be here." "Everyone wanted to know if someone had heard something they didn't already know about that murder here in town," Dean dryly mentioned. He flipped the bar towel over his broad shoulder after he put the last glass away. Dean was good-looking for a 50-year-old bartender. His hair barely had any gray, and he had deep chocolate eyes. He was also part owner of the bar. Why didn't I flirt with him? His girlfriend Trina would probably claw my eyes out. Plus, she was way hotter than me, had no kids, and was the other part owner of the bar. I was no competition, and Dean was quite a bit older than me. I sighed. I can't believe the police think Sue could have done it. "I can," remarked Dean. He lowered his voice and leaned in. "I saw that Carl guy and Sue arguing 2 days ago at the farmer's market. Sue said she was done giving him money. She couldn't afford to anymore. Then Carl told her she couldn't afford not to keep paying him." "What?" I looked at Dean, shocked. What did he mean she couldn't afford not to pay him? "I don't know. Maybe it was for his computer services," shrugged Dean. "Sue told him that he was eating all her profits from her business, so there was little point in paying him when she wasn't making any money. She would rather let the business fold." Wow. I tucked this bit of knowledge away. Sue loves her business. Sue had started a healthy diet plan business with supplements. She had been doing really well, showing her own progress on the plan on social media. She had plenty of followers and seemed to be on her way to being a local entrepreneur. "Carl told her she wouldn't like it if word got out what was really going on in her business," revealed Dean. "Then Sue just walked away from him. That's all I saw." "Vi, table 9's ready for their bill," came Trina's voice. "Coming right up." I forced a smile and went back to my job. Here I was, just as bad as the other gossipers, listening to rumors and hearsay. However, if what Dean said he overheard was true, then maybe there was a motive for why Sue would want to kill Carl, even if I didn't believe she had done it. Perhaps someone had done the deed on her behalf? Crazy. I shook my head and told myself it wasn't my business. Another hour later, I collected my tips and bicycled home. The street lights provided ambience in the dark as I pedaled down the streets. A harvest moon hung in the sky as a gentle breeze made the leaves rustle. I shivered. All day, the thought of Sue being accused of Carl's murder hung in the back of my mind. I didn't believe she had done it. I knew from fresh experience it was horrible to be a suspect. I had no desire for her to go through the same worry as I had. Yet what could I do about it? I could only hope Pesky would find the real killer soon. Yet I didn't have much faith in him. Pesky didn't seem to be the type of cop who investigated things very well. Once I was home, I went through my bedroom routine as quietly as I could. Kat should be asleep by now. It was a school night. Even though Kat didn't officially have a bedtime or a curfew, she was usually in bed around 9:30 or so. I brushed my teeth, and on the way back to my bedroom from the bathroom, I noticed a faint light under Kat's door. Was she still reading? It was late. Kat had her paper route in the morning. It wouldn't do for her to be too tired and sleep in. More than likely, she had fallen asleep with the small reading lamp on her bedside table on. Gently turning the knob on her door, I stepped inside. A startled Kat looked up at me. The light was emanating from the laptop she had open on her lap. A laptop that I knew wasn't hers. I hope you enjoyed this chapter, and I also want to say thank you just for being here, for listening, for reading, for being a part of the people who follow me. I couldn't do this without you.